been quite some time since I've been involved in any drama here on YouTube, so allow me to stir the pot a little bit and make a certain person here on YouTube very, very, very happy that I acknowledged his existence. 95% of you have not heard of this person. And the 5% of you that have, you've probably come to me from his channel. Hey, how you doing? We're going to talk about Damian here. Damian Skyfire. Damian Dragon's Scrotum, or whatever the hell he's calling himself these days with these, 30-plus-year-old man calling himself. I even stepped away from the Undertaker freak thing because I thought it was pretty juvenile. But nope, he's still Skyfire. Okay. I'm going to try to be nice. I'm going to try to keep the insults and whatever out of this. I feel like I don't need to acknowledge his existence. I don't need to make this video or talk about him. But I feel like he needs me to acknowledge his existence because this is a guy who's been following me around everywhere on the internet for at least 10 years now. At least. I've banned so many of his accounts here on YouTube. I've banned at least five of his accounts on Facebook. So many on the Facebook page that I used to have. It's just he's just kind of like a chronic sexually transmitted disease that, like herpes. Yeah, of course, he just keeps popping up and flaring up at not even the worst moments. It doesn't matter what the moment is, he's just there. And I feel it's because he needs me, and that's fine. It's okay to need other human beings. It's okay to admit you need people. But what's not okay, unfortunately, is to continually make up bullshit about people just to maintain either relevancy or to maintain some sense of dignity that you feel from doing such things. It's indicative of a person who is probably not doing very well. And that used to be something that I cared about 6 years ago. I wanted people to think that I was doing so well. I moved to Finland and everything is so much better in my life. Here's the reality. You want to know the truth, and this is what Damian would also be very, very happy to hear. I was not doing well when I moved here. My depression worsened, and it got worse, and it got worse over the years, to the point where by 2022, I was on the verge of going to a mental hospital had I not talked my way out of it. And it got even worse from there. So yeah, I was not doing very well. And he was right about that. That I was miserable, but I was just trying to wear some sort of mask. That is the only true thing he's ever said about me. That is the only true thing that Damian has ever said about me, ever, in his entire life. There is a reason I banned all of those accounts, and it's not just, oh, he's afraid of my criticism. And you want to know why? You want to know my greatest evidence for that? I have offered to talk to this guy one-on-one, without the videos, without the fanboys and the warring fan bases, if you can even say we have fan bases, without any of that in between, just us. I have offered. Guess how many times he's accepted my offer? 0. That is right. I've given this person the opportunity time and time again. Here's your statements. Let's talk about them with the facts. Nope. He's never. And he's had, cockamamie excuses here, there, thither, hither, thither, and yon. And it's just never happened, even though I have been always willing to talk to him one-on-one. It's just never happened because he is a coward, because he hides behind the videos he makes. He hides behind this crusade that he has against me. And it's like, why me? My output here on YouTube is like, ugh. I'm busy making videos in a completely different language in Suomeksi. And it's like, what material could you possibly have anymore for me on YouTube? Oh, that's right, the stuff that you make up. Because as long as you make things up, as long as you're not working with the truth, you have an endless amount of material to use. And let's talk about this stretching of the truth that's so obvious you can see it. Talking about my personal appearance over and over again, saying I need to eat. What was the thing that oh God, so I think he made like a feed this man kind of thing. Now, I know I'm not the buffest person in the world, of course, but, I've got some stuff going on in my forearms, and it's a climber's body. I only need, my grip strength and my forearms and my back. I don't need the. But what's even funnier about this is I cannot remember the last time I saw Damian Skyfire in any kind of good shape. And that is another projection of his own dissatisfaction about whatever he's got going on with his body, the goals he can't meet for his gains, or whatever. I don't know what it is. But to continually make fun of somebody else's body when you don't look so great yourself is a little weird. And it's the same thing with my hairline. He's made fun of my hairline. And I think for the longest time, it's looked like his hairline is like afraid of his eyebrows because it just keeps running and going back and back and back. What the hell is that about? I don't know, but my best guess is projection of his own insecurities, which is what most bullies do. And at this point, I think it's safe to say it's bullying. If there were truth behind the things he was saying about me, for example, me being a leech, sure, it could be seen as some guy who's trying to expose another person and doing some sort of noble deed, but none of this stuff is true. And again, I've offered to talk to him about these things that he says about me so many times, and it just doesn't happen. Damian, dude, I just want you to know that offer is still there, by the way. It will always be there. But I get the feeling that it's not going to matter. And you know what? You're playing with house money, by the way, if you choose to actually have a conversation with me. You're playing with house money because we're living in the age of disinformation, bud. We're living in the age of bullshit. No matter what you say, no matter what I say, you're still going to have dozens of people, well, maybe 24 people, who are just going to be like, he's lying, it's fake news. Even if I had the gospel right in front of them, even I had the gospel that disproved everything conclusively, it wouldn't matter. They'd still love you. They'd still kiss your ass. So you've got nothing to lose, but you still avoid me like the plague. And you'll probably say, it's because you are the plague, because you're ugly and you stink. Yeah, okay. You're really fucking funny, pal. The only zingers he's ever had against me are about my appearance, my teeth, and about my marriage too. And you know something? That's another thing, because I used to have to ask my ex-wife, do not respond to this guy. You used to piss her off, dude. You used to piss her off quite a lot. I don't know what she feels now, but back then she would see your comments on my videos. She would see your 2 or 3 fake accounts on Facebook commenting on my shit, and she'd get mad. And I would have to talk her down and be like, just don't give this guy the fuel that he needs. I don't know how you feel about that information, because maybe you think that, she feels the same way about me. I don't know. But at least at that point in time, she hated your guts and thought that what you were doing was pathetic, thought you needed to get a life, thought you needed to move on and find a target worthy of going after. And I would assume that the same would be true today. But again, who knows? Get a life, dude. Go outside, touch grass. Go do the things that make you happy and fulfilled. I don't know if I have any other advice for you. I don't think that I wish you the worst or anything like that. I just wish that you would find it in your heart to maybe say something true about me and maybe back up some of these things that you say about me. And maybe make your videos a little bit more concise, because I'm not going to sit there and watch 20 to 50 minutes plus about how much I suck and about how much of a leech I am on whatever system. Which, by the way, how much public assistance are you on these days? Let's be honest and real. No, I'm not going to go there. But I have seen things that people have sent me over the years saying, hey, why don't you use this in a video about him? And I'm not gonna do that, but you're not rich, dude, and that's fine. I don't give a shit about that. But when you go and you mock other people who are on some sort of like social security or something like that, just like the way you mock their hairline when yours is goofy, and when you mock their appearance, when you never even show yourself in your videos, dude, you never even show yourself in your videos, and on top of that, you are not in shape. It's pretty pathetic. And I could say that you're pathetic, but I want to believe that there's a good you deep down in there somewhere who's not involved in any of this shit. Maybe when you're not on YouTube, you're doing good things. I don't know. But what I do know is that it's time to move on, bud. It really is time to move on. I'm not much of an entity on YouTube anymore. I don't provide that much. And you seem to have this problem with the fact that I criticize the country where I live, even though I'm a free person and we're all entitled to our opinions. And I've said several times, I love Finland. I just don't love the government right now. These people. Big surprise, a leftist doesn't like a right-wing government. Oh my God, shock and awe. And maybe that's because you haven't had a decent political take in your entire fucking life. I don't know. I think that you're just a big, big ball of projection, and I've given you the attention that you've wanted. I hope you enjoy this. I look forward to not watching whatever drivel you put out in like the, whatever feature cinema length, whatever. Like, you do you, boo. But whatever you do, it's probably not going to be actually having a talk with me because you're scared, and that's fine. I would be scared too if I had no honest truth, no backing to the things that I said. If somebody said, hey, let's sit down. But again, we are living in the age of bullshit. You've got nothing to lose. And I've got a phone call, so that's enough of that. Have a good day, folks.